If you drive a stick shift, there are 5 habits that could be slowly destroying your clutch and transmission without you even realizing it. Some of these mistakes seem harmless. Some of them might even feel like the right thing to do, but they're costing you money in repairs and shortening the life of your vehicle. Manual transmission cars are becoming rare these days. Fewer manufacturers are making them, and fewer drivers know how to operate them properly. But for those of us who love the control and engagement of a stick shift, it's worth knowing how to drive one correctly. So let's break down 5 things you need to stop doing right now if you want your manual transmission to last. Number 1. Stop riding the clutch on hills. We've all been there. You pull up to a stoplight on an incline, and instead of using the brake, you try to balance the car using the clutch and gas pedal. A little gas, a little clutch, letting the car roll back slightly, then catching it again, rocking back and forth until the light turns green. This feels like skilled driving. It feels like you're showing off your clutch control. But here's what's actually happening inside your car. Every time you feather that clutch to hold position on a hill, the clutch disc is slipping against the flywheel. That friction generates heat. That heat causes wear, and you're doing this repeatedly, over and over, just to avoid using your brake pedal. The clutch is designed for brief moments of engagement and disengagement. It's meant to connect and disconnect the engine from the transmission smoothly during gear changes. It's not designed to be a holding brake. On top of the clutch wear, you're also putting unnecessary stress on the throwout bearing and the clutch spring. These components are meant to engage briefly, not sit under constant pressure while you balance on a hill. The fix is simple. Use your brake. That's what it's there for. Hold the car with your brake pedal, and when traffic starts moving, release the brake, engage the clutch smoothly, and accelerate. If you're worried about rolling back, practice your hill starts. Learn to quickly transition from brake to gas while releasing the clutch. Or if your car has a hill hold assist feature, use it. Your clutch will thank you. Number 2. Stop holding the clutch in at stoplights. This one surprises a lot of manual drivers. You come to a complete stop at a red light and you keep your foot pressed down on the clutch pedal with the car in first gear. You sit there, waiting, clutch fully depressed, ready to go the moment the light changes. It seems logical. You're ready to launch as soon as traffic moves, but you're putting unnecessary wear on your drivetrain. When you hold the clutch pedal down, the throwout bearing is pressed against the clutch spring. The pressure plate is being held open against its natural spring tension. These components are under constant stress the entire time you're sitting there. Think about it. A red light might last 60 seconds. Some intersections, it's 2 minutes or more. That's 2 full minutes of pressure on components that are designed for momentary engagement. The better approach is simple. When you come to a complete stop and you know you'll be there for more than a few seconds, shift into neutral and take your foot off the clutch. Keep your right foot on the brake to hold position. Let the clutch components rest. When the light turns green and traffic starts moving, that's when you press the clutch, shift into first gear, and go. Now, if you're at a quick stop sign where you know you'll only be stationary for a second or two, keeping it in gear is fine. But for any extended stop, neutral with your foot off the clutch is the way to go. Number 3. Stop using the shifter as a hand rest. This is a comfort habit that a lot of drivers develop without thinking about it. You're cruising down the highway, one hand on the wheel, and your other hand is just resting on the gear shifter. It feels natural, it feels comfortable, but it's causing wear inside your transmission. Here's why this matters. The shifter isn't just a decorative knob in your interior, it's mechanically connected to the internals of your transmission. That shifter is linked to shift forks and selector mechanisms that position the gears. When you rest your hand on the shifter, even with light pressure, you're applying force to those internal components. The shift fork might be pressing slightly against the rotating gear collar or synchronizer. You're essentially pushing a stationary component against parts that are spinning at high speed. This causes premature wear on the synchronizers and shift forks. Over time, this can lead to transmission problems, difficulty shifting, or grinding when you change gears. When you make an actual gear change, the contact between these components is brief and purposeful. The synchronizer does its job quickly, the gear engages, and the pressure is released. but resting your hand on the shifter applies constant low-level pressure that these components aren't designed to handle. The solution is easy. When you're not actively shifting gears, take your hand off the shifter. Put it on the steering wheel where it belongs. Save the shifter contact for actual gear changes only. And while we're on this topic, the same principle applies to your clutch pedal. Don't use it as a footrest. A lot of drivers have a habit of resting their left foot lightly on the clutch pedal while cruising. It feels comfortable. Your foot is right there, ready to shift whenever needed. But even light pressure on that pedal can cause problems. When you rest your foot on the clutch, you might be applying just enough pressure to slightly disengage the clutch. Even a small amount of movement can cause the clutch disc to slip against the flywheel. This creates friction and heat, wearing out your clutch prematurely without you even realizing it. You might drive for years like this, wondering why your clutch wore out faster than expected. This habit could be the reason. Additionally, that light pressure keeps the throwout bearing in contact with the clutch spring. That constant contact causes wear on the bearing, which can eventually lead to noise, vibration, or complete bearing failure. When you're not actively using the clutch, your left foot should be resting on the dead pedal or the floor, completely off the clutch pedal. Only touch the clutch when you're actually shifting gears. Number 4. Stop ignoring rev matching on downshifts. This one separates the drivers who truly understand manual transmissions from those who just know how to operate one. Rev matching is the practice of blipping the throttle during a downshift to bring the engine speed up to match the wheel speed in the lower gear. When done correctly, it results in a perfectly smooth downshift with no jerk or lurch. When you don't rev match, here's what happens. Let's say you're cruising down the highway in 4th gear at 2,000 RPM. You want to downshift to 3rd. You press the clutch, shift into 3rd, and release the clutch. But 3rd at that road speed requires the engine to spin at maybe 3,000 RPM. Your engine is at idle speed, around 700 RPM, because you had the clutch in. When you release the clutch, the transmission forces the engine to suddenly jump from 700 to 3,000 RPM. This causes a harsh jerk as the car lurches. That sudden shock is absorbed by the clutch, causing it to slip momentarily as it tries to sync the engine speed to the road speed. Every time you do this, you're wearing out your clutch faster than necessary. You're also causing stress on the drivetrain and making the ride uncomfortable for everyone in the car. The rev matching solves this problem. When you press the clutch and shift into the lower gear, give the throttle a quick blip to raise the engine RPM, then release the clutch. If you've matched the revs correctly, the transition is completely smooth. No jerk, no lurch, no clutch slip. This takes practice to get right. You need to know how much throttle to give for each gear and at various speeds. But once you develop this skill, your driving becomes significantly smoother and your clutch lasts much longer. Plus, it sounds great. That quick throttle blip on a downshift is one of the satisfying sounds of driving a stick shift properly.
Number 5. Stop parking in neutral with the parking brake off. This last point doesn't involve driving technique, but it's critically important for safety. When you park your manual transmission car, you need to leave it in gear and engage the parking brake. Some drivers get lazy and just leave the car neutral, especially on flat surfaces. This is a mistake. A car in neutral can roll. It might not seem like it would move on a flat parking lot, but surfaces are often not as level as they appear. A slight incline that you didn't notice could be enough to get your car rolling once you walk away. Even on genuinely flat ground, external forces can set a car in motion. Someone could bump your car while parking next to you, a strong gust of wind in certain conditions. Any number of things could overcome that initial static resistance and start your car rolling. A 3,000-pound car in neutral is surprisingly easy to push. Once it starts moving, it picks up momentum, and now you have an unoccupied vehicle rolling through a parking lot, potentially into other cars, property, or people. The proper way to park a manual transmission car is straightforward. When you come to a stop, engage the parking brake, then shift into either first gear or reverse. These are your lowest gears with the most mechanical resistance. If the parking brake were to fail, the engine compression in these gears provides a backup that prevents rolling. Some drivers prefer first gear when facing uphill and reverse when facing downhill, pointing the resistance in the direction the car would naturally want to roll. Either gear works in most situations, but that's a good practice to follow. Make this a habit every single time you park. Parking brake on, transmission in gear. It takes 2 seconds and could prevent a disaster. Manual transmissions are becoming increasingly rare. They offer a level of control and engagement that automatic transmissions simply cannot replicate. There's a reason enthusiasts love them and fight to keep them available in new cars. But with that control comes responsibility. You're directly operating mechanical components that experience real wear and stress. How you drive directly impacts how long those components last. Avoid riding the clutch on hills. Don't hold the clutch in at long stops. Keep your hand off the shifter and your foot off the clutch pedal when not actively shifting. Learn to rev match your downshifts and always park properly with the brake engaged and the transmission in gear. Follow these guidelines and your clutch and transmission will last far longer than they would otherwise. You'll also be a smoother, more skilled driver. That's it for this one. If you found this helpful, subscribe to JourneyAuto for more content like this. Drop a comment below if you have questions or other manual transmission tips worth sharing. Until next time, drive safe and shift smooth.